young university involved. So also, Maynooth University is known for its strong research programs, innovative teaching methods, and industry collaborations. So there are several fields where which you can study in Maynooth University, which will be taken by detailed with a session handled person. So we have with us Mr. Venkatesh Prasad, who is a student recruitment advisor at Maynooth University. So I think he's already joined, and so I welcome you. So can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everybody. I'm Venkatesh Prasad. So I work for Maynooth University, and I'm based out in Mumbai itself. So yeah, like she introduced, we are a public university, and where we are located is that. So it's right beside Dublin City. So we are not far away from Dublin City, and at the same time, we are a student-friendly town. We have got a very big campus. We've got a North Campus and the South Campus. We've got accommodations within the campus itself, and so yeah, and when it comes to the programs that we've got plenty of programs for undergraduate students. We've got programs in computer science. We have got programs in art. We have got programs in science like biomedical, biotech programs, even robotics programs such as that, even electronics as well. Multiple programs for undergraduate students. It can be a 3-year program or a 4-year program. Of course, BSc programs and BE programs will be a 4-year program, whereas BA programs can be an optional 4 years or 3-year programs. Whereas if I have to talk about master's program now, so in master's we've got again here as well, we've got plenty of programs in terms of business, such as an MBA or international business, strategy and innovation, supply chain, multiple programs like that. And also we also have programs in environmental, robotics, computer science, and plenty of programs such as that. So I'll be happy to answer your questions now. And so, yeah. So we can start with the session. Whoever has any question, please feel free to unmute yourself, and you can ask me.
So actually, we have a question here from Abhishek Devraj. He have said that I have applied for MSc in Business Analytics in Maynooth University for September 2024 intake. But due to some reason, I couldn't able to get visa. So I have deferred my offer to September 2025 intake. I have paid my full college fees. Want to check with you when I can expect my revised offer letter for September 2025.
Right. Right. So when it comes to offer letters, so what I can do is I can definitely check with the admissions team once, because it's a revised offer letter. I think, yeah. So just write me a mail. I will write my email address, so you can um, write me a mail regarding this, and I'll be happy to help you out.
Okay, and we have another question from Agnes Joseph. Hello, sir. I have a BA in English honors with sociology as a minor from Delhi University and an MA in social work from Kerala. I'm currently working as a school social worker with 2 years of experience. I'm interested in Master of Social Community and Youth Work course. Could you please share the eligibility details and any scholarship opportunities?
Right. So definitely, it's a program that you can look at, and this program, it's I'll just share the link. Just give me 1 second. So this program, what we have, youth work, it's in terms of eligibility, of course, we would require IELTS. Along with that, we also, so what we ask in IELTS is around 6.5 overall with no band less than 6. And also, when it comes to the percentage, in your bachelor's, what we generally ask is around 60% or more. And if I have to talk about in terms of CGPA, what we ask is more than 6 CGPA. All right. And this program is actually a 2-year full-time program. All right. And just sharing the link. Give me 1 second. Right. So I've shared the link, and you can have a look at all the modules that you can see. And like I was saying, it's a 2-year full-time program, and the application is very simple. You can go ahead and take the help of Ad Hoc. They'll be happy to help you out with applications. And in terms of scholarships, so currently for September 25 we have a scholarship. We have a early bird scholarship, that is, once you have submitted our applications and you've paid the full fees, or the deposit, then you will get a mail as to how to apply for the scholarships. You just have to fill out a form, and once you fill out that form, you will be considered for the scholarship. And it's completely merit based. It's not guaranteed though, and it ranges between 1,000 to 3,000 euros. All right. um I hope I've answered your question. Okay, so Anjana Prashant, which which would have a good scope at Maynooth? Is it MBA or MSc Business Analytics as for a BBA students? Okay, good question. So, for it's for everybody who has a question as to which program is better, or which whether it's an MBA, whether it's MSc or any other programs, or if you have questions in choosing between two different programs. So it's for all the people over here who are having questions like that. So the end, so if you're looking at certain program, or if you're looking at certain kind of job opportunities um, in Ireland or anywhere in the world, for example, let's just say you have completed your bachelor's, you're not sure about how the corporate works, you want to get into business analytics, right? So you've done something like a BSc or BCom or something like that. So then it would make sense for you to go for something like an MSc in business analytics, all right? Because MBA is for it's generally for people who have slight work experience, or who are looking to change their field, things like that. But again, so if you're not sure, if you want to get into some let's just say you've done BBA, right? You do have a basic finance knowledge, but again, you're not sure, you can actually take up MSc in finance or an MBA, and then you can look at changing your field towards the finance, or any other options like that. So it all comes down to what exactly you're looking for, what kind of job opportunities, or what your goals are, and based on that you can make a decision as to how that particular program is going to help you out. All right. So what I can suggest is take a look at the modules once. You can find this on the website. You go on to Maynooth, just type in Maynooth University postgraduate programs on Google. You get the link, you go, you can actually click on the particular program that you would wish to take a look at. And once you go through all the modules, then you'll understand as to what you'll be studying from that particular program. Okay. In terms of job opportunities for an MBA or an MSc in business analytics, see, MSc in business analytics is a very specific field. All right. It's business analytics. You will be getting into analytics field itself. It might be in finance, or it might be in any other company. But again, your job role would be very much related to business analytics. All right. Whereas an MBA is, it kind of opens up opportunities in a lot of areas, I would say. For example, let's just say if you're in sales and you are looking to get into operations or supply chain, MBA will actually help you out. All right. So MBA and also MBA, if you're looking at some kind of a growth, All right, let's just say you're a manager, you want to become a senior manager or something like that, then MBA would actually help you out. So, the growth opportunities are very good, especially in Ireland, considering that Ireland is booming as the Silicon Valley of Europe and eastern part of the world. I think you've got a very good opportunity in business field itself. So I would say, please go ahead, have a look at all the modules, take a day, take a day off, you sit for like few hours, look at each and every single module. You'll have a good idea or a decent understanding of what you'll be studying from that particular program, and then you'll be able to make a decision. I hope I've answered your question, Anjana. And Surjit, so could you please share more insights into masters in GIS or and remote sensing at university? Will the experience in IT domain be an added advantage? Um, all right, so GIS and remote sensing, I don't think we have that particular program. What we do have is like robotics. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, you're looking at geograph information system and remote sensing. I'm so sorry. We do have that program. And right, so this is a 1 year program that we have, and you have so you have experience in IT field, which is pretty good. So what kind of people we look at for this particular program is that you need to have 60% in your bachelor's, and it can be bachelor's in either of program in like geography, computer science, physics, environmental science, geology, any of these programs. All right. So if you're having you know some kind of, let's just say, experience in the IT field, any kind of experience in IT field, it will, we'll be happy to consider your profile, and it will definitely add some, weightage to your profile. So you can go ahead and make an application for it. All right. So Ajit Krishnan, your question is, I completed BTech in CS with distinction, like do MS in AI data analytics. Can you please explain about scholarship, how much is the tuition fee? Okay, all right, that's great. So Ajit, so we don't have any specific programs in AI, but we do have data science and analytics as a program. It's a 1 year program that we have, and in this program, you've got plenty of modules which you can choose, like more like an electives where you've got options to choose from, and also the tuition fee would be around, I think it's around 17,000 euros. And if I have to talk about the scholarship again, like I mentioned, the scholarship which we have will be, it's an early bird scholarship currently, and you'll have to apply before 1st of March. So it ranges between 1,000 to 3,000 euros. Okay. And yeah, so the tuition fee is actually 17,000 euros for the data science and analytics program. And on top of that, the living expenses will be something which you'll have to cover yourself. Again, that would be somewhere around, I would say roughly around 7 to 9 lakhs as an average at Maynooth. So if you take up, you can choose to go and stay at university accommodation, or you can choose to stay outside of university accommodation as well. So in total, I would say roughly around 25 to 28 lakhs is what you would require for the complete program. Agnes Joseph. So if we take MSOSE community and network course, do we have any further job opportunities? All right, so that's a good question. So yes, when it comes to job opportunities in community and youth work after completing community and youth work program, yes, absolutely yes, because so this is more of a social work kind of a program that you would be doing, and there are plenty of NGOs in Ireland, not just in Ireland again. And if you choose to come back to India and study again, you've got plenty of NGOs here as well. If not, there are government yeah, so private and government companies where, of course, they would want some social workers or people who have got those skills to work in those companies. So yes, there are plenty of job opportunities. Again, we have a placement department at the university who will be happy to help you out in terms of finding opportunities, and also in terms of networking and things like that. Um, Anita, as a 12th student, any scope on BSc Biotechnology? All right, good. So BSc Biotechnology, the program that we have, it's actually a 4-year program. So here you will get opportunity to do internships while you're studying, and you'll get opportunity to do research, and you'll get opportunity to do multiple projects, right? And once you are done with this particular program, the kind of opportunities you have got is that as a researcher, as a biomedical scientist or a biotech scientist, you would be working in companies like Philips Healthcare, GE Healthcare, Siemens Healthcare. So plenty of companies like that who have got very good opportunities, who are in need of biotech, biotechnological engineers or biotechnological students, right? If not, you also have another option of going for a master's degree and then going for a PhD and then becoming a researcher or a scientist or becoming an academic. So plenty of options, plenty of job opportunities because you're going for a BSc. You've got a good amount of time, and also you'll have good amount of, I would say, support because you're going to be staying there for 4 years. And right, so Agnes Joseph. So if we are taking MSc MSOCS course, will our undergraduate degree only be considered, not our master's degree? All right, so no. So when you are making an application, and once you submit your application, the admissions team will be looking at your whole profile. All right. Yes, for entry requirement, we'll be considering both your master's and your bachelor's degree, how much you've scored in your, your master's and bachelor's degree. And apart from that, again, we'll consider your whole profile, how you've performed, how you've progressed from your 10th, 12th, your bachelor's and your master's. And also that's why I always suggest students that when they are submitting an application, please make sure that uh, you have written a very good SOP, because every single word on the SOP which you have written will be read through by the admissions team and the admissions person. And that's where we will get to know your intentions as to why you want to do this programs and everything. So yes, we will be considering your master's, your bachelor's degree, how much you've scored, how you've progressed throughout the years. I hope answered your question. And Ashwati, right? So I have completed BCA at 3-year program and have 79%. I'm eligible for MSc in Business Analytics. All right. So yes, you are eligible to apply for MSc in Business Analytics program. See, we are happy to consider 3-year programs like BCA, BCom honors, BSc honors program, even non-honors programs such as BSc, BCom. We are happy to consider. Even we will consider BA honors program as well. It's just the BA program, which is a non-honors program, is something which we'll not be able to consider. But yes, with the BCA program and a 79%, you will be eligible to apply for MSc in Business Analytics. I hope I've answered your question, Tony. Right. So I'm planning to apply for Masters in Accounting and Finance at the university. Have job prospects for Indians in Ireland after completing the course. All right, that's great. See, finance. So we do have MSc in Accounting. We have MSc in Finance. So these two are different programs. Again, these two have a different modules within them. It's very advanced modules that you have. For example, MSc in Finance is a program. It has got modules which is going to cover topics which you'll be studying in CFA, right? And I hope you know about CFA. You've got like 3 levels which you'll have to complete, and then you'll get the CFA certifications. But again, That's how MSc in finance is, whereas MSc in accounting, it's more towards ACCA, and it has got modules which are related to ACCA and everything. And a lot of these modules are coursework modules. It's not exactly like exam based. It's more you're assessed mainly because of your coursework, how you've performed throughout that module. So the job prospects for whether it's in accounting or it's in finance, is that there are plenty of jobs currently, but for an international student in finance related, in finance field in Ireland. And that is because, of course, you've got like a lot of tech companies, a lot of electronic companies in Ireland which are looking at hiring a lot of people. And all these companies do require someone in accounting and someone in finance and accounting as well. You've got other companies such as Deloitte or EY, very big companies who are looking at hiring a lot of people towards accounting and finance. So you've got plenty of companies there, plenty of job opportunities. So yes, there is a good job prospects for Indians in Ireland after completing either of the finance programs. I hope I've answered your question. Anam, so can we pursue masters in pathology after BSc in zoology? All right. Let me quickly check once, because I think for pathology, it should be possible. Let me quickly check. Just give me 1 second. Um, all right. So yeah. So unfortunately, we don't have masters in pathology. But if there are any other programs that you're looking for, like in terms of health related programs or biology, we have got immunology and global health. I think that is a program that you can look at applying for. Okay, Sharon. Hi. So my name is Sharon. I'm interested in pursuing MSW. Completed PSW in the past. Year CGPA is 6.81 and submitted application 1 month ago, and it's in process. Could you tell me the possibility of getting admissions? I'm eligible to get in scholarship. Could you please tell me about class schedule? What type of? Okay. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the possibility of getting admissions and at Maynooth University, again, you do clear the eligibility requirements. So I think you have a good chance of getting an offer letter if at Maynooth. The thing with scholarships, so like I mentioned, it it ranges between 1,000 to 3,000 euros, right? And it's completely based on merit. And it's because it's not guaranteed. We can't guarantee any student about how much scholarship they're gonna get or if they will get any scholarship or something like that. So if you've got good CGPA, so you said you've got 6.81, which is definitely considerable, and if you have got any work experience or anything like that, then then of course we will be considering you and for scholarships. And again, it all comes down to a lot of other factors as well. So I can't guarantee any scholarship as of now, but again, if you apply for that, then you will be considered for scholarship. And coming to the class schedule, and see what happens is, typically how classes are conducted over there is, it's not like in India where you've got classes from 10 to 4. You've got all classes. You have to be in the college or in the university by 10 o'clock or something like that. It's not like that over there. So it depends on the modules that you have, and also it depends. So you might have just 1 hour of classes for that particular module in a week. It might be 2 hours, and rest of the time you might have you can go for some kind of part-time jobs, or you can go for a project or a research work if that is in the coursework, right? So it all comes down to what kind of modules you have. So you will get the schedule of classes and everything once we have got your visas and you're about to go there. um All right. So I hope I've answered your question, Sharon. And Nandana, right? So PhD or MS is better to get an industrial job in Europe. Um, well, a good question. So PhD and MS, you have to get to know the difference between a PhD and an MS. I hope you know about that. So PhD is basically it's a research you know program. Basically, you'll have to look at the research interest first. You'll have to apply for it, and typically it takes around 3 to 5 years. So it's a lot of work. You'll get a doctorate degree, and to apply for a PhD, you should have already done. We prefer that you've already done masters, and you've done multiple research and everything. So it's completely different path when compared to MS. MS is basically it's a thought program. So that means you will be going to classes, you'll have classes. It's just 1 year program. It can be a 2 year program as well. Depends on what kind of programs that you're looking for. And right after this, because it's not a typical research program, it's like you will not be let's just say if you want to get into academic jobs, it will be a little difficult because typically academic jobs they are looking at PhD or doctorate, right? For industrial jobs, an MS is still something which they are happy to look at. If you have a PhD, then that means you've got much more knowledge, much in-depth knowledge. And also MS programs, are they have, even though they have got advanced modules within MS programs, they still are a very generic program. Whereas PhD, you are doing specific project knowledge, specific in his it can be some specific field itself, right? So it's very different. Again, it comes down to what kind of jobs you want. You can definitely have, well, you can do your own research as to what are the requirements, and if we have a program that meets the requirements, meets what you want to study, then you can go ahead and make an application. Amar, so complete an MBBS, 1 year experience as medical practitioner, want to work in cruise or passenger ships. What is the qualification required? How to proceed further? All right. Right. So good question. So you've completed MBBS, you've worked for 1 year as medical practitioner. So the qualifications required for working in cruise or passenger ships is typically in the hospitality or hotel management field. Unfortunately, we don't have programs related to that, but we do have business management programs, right? So it's basically a customer. See, when we talk about cruise ships, and working with passengers or things like that, so it comes down to customer service side, right? So it involves a lot of things. It involves if you want to be in front of the passengers, right there, reaching out to them, helping them out and things like that, then probably getting into hotel management would make sense. Working in the back end, there might be operations, there might be sales, marketing, those kinds of fields. So again, there are plenty of routes to get into this particular job role. um, so I would say you have plenty of opportunity, plenty of job routes, or a pathway to explore. So I would say look at which one would be something you would want to have, like whether it's marketing, whether it's in you know hotel management, hospitality management, something like that, and then they can decide what kind of programs you want to apply for. So Arya completed Masters of Social Work and diploma courses in child-related areas. Um, I'll quickly have to check once for diploma programs, but I can get back to you later on this. Yeah, I can get back to you later on this once I have looked at the programs or the options that you can definitely look at. And we have MSc in Design Innovation Program, course scholarships, and also so Sharad. So all right, so Design Innovation Program if you actually go onto the website and take a look at it, it's It's a program which is related to UI UX, designing things like that. It's mainly into that particular area, that particular industry. So if I have to talk about tuition fee, I think it's around 18,000 euros or 17,000. I think it's 18,000 euros. I'll quickly have to check once. But yeah, and scholarship again, it's very similar to other scholarships. So we've got an early bird scholarship currently, ranges between 1,000 to 3,000 euros. Once you have submitted application and then you've paid the deposit, you will get notification as to how to apply for it. It's just a form you'll have to fill out. Yeah, and design innovation, I would say you go onto the website, you can actually take a look at all the modules that we offer in that particular program. Then you'll have a much better idea, right? So Anita, right, does BSc nursing or BSc biotechnology, which has more scope on job? All right. um Right. So BSc biotechnology and BSc nursing have a different, both are different fields, different jobs, completely different jobs, actually. I would say, because biotechnology, like I mentioned earlier, the job roles typically are in a corporate settings. It can be in, with the government as well, right? You'll be working in some biomedical companies like, probably Philips Healthcare, GE Healthcare, companies like that, where you'll be working with, medical devices, where you'll be working on developing them, or as a researcher, as a scientist. You've got plenty of pathway if you look at BSc in biotechnology, all right? Whereas nursing is completely nursing. You guys know what nursing is. It has got its specializations and everything, but again, nursing is typically different from what you're looking at in terms of MS, in terms of biotechnology, right? So it all comes down to what kind of job roles that you're looking for. If you are interested, if you would be okay with that particular job or not, I would say you decide on that. And so to decide, you can actually look at both the programs, both the modules, what we offer in that particular module, whether it's BSc nursing, BSc in biotechnology. Based on that, you can make a decision. um, so Jerusha, right? So how can you tell me about details of MSc in psychology? What are the requirements? Do we need a BSc in psychology or other medical degrees? Enough. All right. So Jerusha, so for MSc in psychology, which we have, it's a conversion program. It's a 1-year conversion program. It's typically for students who have done BSc or BSc honors in in psychology, right? If you have done BA in double major or triple major with psychology as one of the minors as one of the subjects, then I think you would not be eligible for it. You might have to go for a diploma programs or something like that, and then you'll be able to apply. So do let me know what you're currently studying. In terms of entry requirements, we typically ask around so we typically ask around 60% in a bachelor. So that should be it. And so do let me know if you're pursuing BSc honors or BSc or BA honors, or BA program. And based on that, you can go ahead and make an application. So yes, so immunology and global health is suitable, right? So immunology and global health. So this program is for people who have completed uh, biotechnology, biomedical, uh, chemistry programs, or any health-related programs, basically. It can be a 3-year program, it can be a 4-year program in the bachelor's, but we are happy to consider their application, their profile. If you have done any health related programs in your bachelor's, then yes, you will. And if you've got more than 60%, if you have a very good, interest in doing research, then yes, you can definitely take a look at immunology and global health program. So Ashwati will a 3-year bachelor's degree be acceptable for all master's program? See, typically, yes. But again, it comes down to what 3-year bachelor's you have, right? So if you have so yeah, if you have BSc, BA, BCom, BBA, all those programs work. 3 years, we are happy to consider. But if I'm talking about BA program, then it is something which will not be able to accept. It's only the BA program which we will not be accepting. If it's a BA honors, we are still happy to accept those programs. Okay. Typically, what we suggest for a student who has just done a BA program is to go for another diploma or something to compensate, and then they can go ahead and apply for a master's degree. All right, Amrita, are there alumni events, mentorship programs, or industry collaborations that can help students connect with professionals? Right. So, Amrita, what happens? Typically what happens once you go to the university is that so we have a placement department, and so this placement department they they generally conduct career fairs where you get to meet the recruiters, understand what the entry requirements are, what the typical employer is looking for in an employee, things like that. You can build your networks, things like that. And generally, these fairs are conducted in the month of October, November, or December, somewhere around that time, right? And apart from that, the placement department are there to help you out if you are looking at reaching out for references, with whether it's alumni or networks. They'll be happy to help you out with that. They'll help you in terms of finding out opportunities as well. They'll help you in let's just say if you're looking at something like building your job, CV or your job description, or sorry, job profile, then they'll be happy to help you out with that. Mock interviews as well. So you've got this complete support from the university placement department. All right. So yes, you will be getting that professional support once you go to the university, in terms of finding opportunities and everything. Uh, Abhijit, yes, completed BTech in mechanical, CGPA 7.6. Additionally, I've certified AIML. Great. And also 1 year, 10 months experience as support analyst in IT company. I've applied for MSc in data science. Is it possible to get an offer letter? All right. See, when it comes to MSc in data science and analytics, right? So what we generally ask, or what we generally look for students is that either students have completed, you know, BSc, BA, BTech, BE, and computer science programs, data science programs, electronics programs. If not, again, even engineering programs. Typically, if you have completed any kind of programs, but you've got a very strong quant, that is an engineering program, we are happy to consider them, right? Even BSc, BCom, statistics, mathematics, physics, where there is a very strong quantitative modules, we are considering those profiles, right? So yes, if you've written a good SOP, if submitted a very good LOR, I think yes, you might be able to get an offer letter. So Nansu, the university still accepting 3 years degree for postgraduate course. I would like to do MSc in data science and analytics. I've done 3 year BSc in computer science and MCO also. Great. So yes, we will be happy to consider 3 year degrees. Whether it's BCA, BCom, we are happy to consider them. So since you have completed BSc in computer science and an MCA, and you've applied for MSc in data science, we will be considering your profile. And if you have got more than 60% in your bachelor's and a good CGPA or a percentage in your master's, then yes. So Sharat, so MSc in Design Innovation, is there a scope in Ireland? Right, so see, UI, UX designs, of course, yes, there are plenty of opportunities, I would say. So considering that, it's a tech hub, Ireland being the Silicon Valley of Europe. So yes, there are plenty of jobs lying around in terms of design innovation or UI UX field. So yes, there is scope in Ireland for UI/UX or design innovation programs. Anita, so average amount of taking admission, travel fees, total cost. Okay. So typically I would say on an average between 25 to 28 lakh rupees is what you require for your tuition fee, for your stay, for your your living expenses, everything, right? So that would be the average that you would require. um, so I hope this answered question. So Tony, right? How much the university said deposit will be, and may know if our visa will rejected, that deposit will be refunded or not. So um right. So when it comes to the deposit, what we ask is a minimum of 1,000 euros. The only thing is it's a non-refundable deposit. So if you, let's just say um, you've paid the deposit, you've paid like the tuition fee and everything, but you did not get your visa. So what you can do is you can defer your application, you can defer your intake. That tuition fee, everything will stay, and then you can reapply for a visa for next year, and you can go ahead with that, right? um any other questions, guys? To get admissions, average marks that is needed. All right. So typically what we ask is around 60 percent in your bachelor's. For this is for postgraduate students. What we generally ask is around 60% or 60 GPA plus. That's what we generally ask. But again, there are certain courses such as immunology and global health where we generally ask around 65% or 6.5 CGPA. And for undergraduate students, any boards such as ICSE, CBSE, what we generally ask is 75% in their class 12. If it's a state board, what I generally prefer students have is 80% or more. Okay. Any other question? For biotechnology, see, we don't have masters in biotechnology. What we do have is like bachelors in biotechnology. So for masters, generally students tend to go for immunology and global health, and for that program you would require somewhere around like 65% in your bachelor's. And if you're looking for BSc in biotechnology, you need to have more than 75% in your class 12 if you're from CBSE or ICC board. Any other questions, people? Yeah, so for state syllabus, we generally ask around 80% or more than that. Any other questions?
Yeah, if anyone have any questions, you can please comment your queries in the chat box, or you can ask directly. We have like 15 more minutes for this session to end.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you. So I've got another question from Amrita. So university strength in research, and are there opportunities for master's students to engage in research projects? Okay, a good question. So, yes. So when it comes to research, we have got a lot of research. Like for example, we do have PhD programs where we kind of have plenty of research interests. We also have business program. Just this is just an example. So we have got business programs, we've got biology programs, chemistry programs, plenty of programs where we've got like good research interests. Um, so yes, when it comes to master students looking to go for research programs. Generally, it all comes down to what kind of program the student is going for. For example, if the student is looking at MSc in, let's just say, business analytics, right? So for that student, we don't have research options, but what we do have is that something called as business consulting project. So what that basically means, that student will be working on a live project. So basically some small project from a company, instead of them doing it, they kind of partner with universities, and students and professors will work on it, right? So students will get an opportunity, and it's mandatory module, so student will have to work on a live project, right? And this is not like last 1 month or 2 months. So this is a year-long module. So from first semester itself, they'll be able to take it. This is just an example, right? So there are plenty of other modules in business programs itself where you've got all these options. But if you look at some programs like, let's just say, immunology and global health, so you've got two modules, year-long modules. So one is seminar, which happens every single week. There'll be either one of the seminar from probably like industry leader, probably some a visiting professor or someone like that, or there might be workshops, right? It might be it will be there on every week. And there is another module that is like doing projects. They'll have to go to the labs, they'll have to work over there. They will be doing some kind of project, right? um, like a typical PhD students, whose project generally takes around 3 to 5 years, it won't be that long. It will be very small projects. So yes, master students will have an option to either go for a project or go for research. So I hope this answer your questions. Any other questions, people? So what I'll do is, I have a flight to catch, so I'll probably have to take leave right now. So I'm just gonna mention my email ID and phone number. So if any of you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining with us, and like your efforts, like you have answered each and every student's questions. So I think you have covered almost everything. So happy, and thank you so much for joining with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me here, and I hope I haven't mispronounced anybody's names, and I haven't,
No.
and I hope I've answered all your questions. But again, if anybody has any specific questions which they were not able to ask today, they can reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help them. Just 2 minutes. I'm just gonna write down my number. Right. So I've put it on the chat box, my email ID and my phone number. So like I mentioned again, feel free to reach out to me. If I don't receive the call, just drop me a message on WhatsApp. That is my WhatsApp number.
Sure, sure. Thank you so
Right?
much. As you have a flight to catch, you can, no
Yes. All right.
problem.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
And
you.
everybody have a nice day and have a nice week.
Sure, sure.
Bye.
I also would like to thank all the students, and I would appreciate all of you, like for across the globe you have joined, and like you have made an effort to type all the questions, and I hope everything is clear, and thank you everyone.
All right. Thank you, everybody.